Hey everybody, this is Rydo, and we are back with another recording of Hearthstone. It's that time again, kinda snuck up on me. I didn't curate quite right, I missed a day, and so I only get to trade out one of these things. We have a rogue and warrior, uh, or cast spells. So I think what we will do, since the warrior here overlaps, we will just trade this out. Alright, destroy 40 minions. That works pretty well. What is our tavern brawl still? It's the same thing as before. So I don't see a real reason why I would want to play that anymore. We'll just play as our usual warrior deck, and we need 5 victories, which hopefully that will be 2 people. Let's see. Interesting. 4 people on line right now. Usually it's only like 2. Still need a lot more people because I don't think either one of these are actually in the game right now, so I couldn't spectate. And that has definitely been my experience when trying to spectate somebody, is that it takes several hours to sit around and check and then go do something else and then check again.
Greetings. I smell blood.
In a lot of ways, I'm starting to feel like a lot of these Inspire things are less than useful. I think the metagame, now that I'm getting a better understanding of what these cards do, is going to start shifting as more people get a better understanding. The metagame is how everybody else plays, not really how I individually play. But somebody put on one of my deck rebuilds for the grand tournament, I don't think this deck is very good, and I'm like, well, absolutely, totally agree. I doubt any of my decks are very good. Give me some more suggestions. What should I do? What should I change? You saw, if they sat there and looked through all my cards, they should at least have a small understanding of what I have. And from that, they should be able to make some suggestions if you're going to say something like that. But I mean, I don't disagree. I don't absolutely 100% agree. All these deck rebuilds are probably terrible. I'm not very good at Hearthstone. Duh. And honestly, if it wasn't for the quest system and the need for gold so I could do the announcement things and buy 50 packs and buy expansions, I would not play this anywhere close to as much as it is played. This will be a 4/4. Let's go ahead and kill it. It's just, Hearthstone makes me play Hearthstone a lot more than I would. Otherwise, I wouldn't play it, except for on big expansions. All that being said, Hearthstone also is one of the most viewed series, in the sense that it gets hundreds and hundreds of views when I do announcement videos and when there's an expansion. And it gets about nothing if, let's see, gain 1 durability if you have a minion with taunt.
Ready your lance.
So I wish more people would watch my regular Hearthstone series, and perhaps if I made it shorter or something, I could do that. Perhaps I should date it instead of just putting an episode number. Just Hearthstone this date. Oh, that's silenced anyways. Alright, we'll kill this. And then attack this.
Job's done.
From this direction. What am I gonna hit? Doesn't really matter. I am getting close to the ending of Deus Ex Human Revolution in the middle of it right now. What I think I'm gonna do is there's just so much ambition in this game that couldn't get fulfilled or didn't get fulfilled, however you want to say it, that I would like to wrap it up. There is the concept that you should play Human Revolution once through already, which brings about an amazing concept, something to think about. Like, in theory, I should play through Borderlands once through. I totally should. I should play through Borderlands once before I start recording. I should play through Borderlands 2 once before recording. I should probably even play a pre-sequel once before I start recording. But that would be hours and hours of recording of time I would be investing for nothing. I just don't have that kind of time. I mean, I barely, you've seen I don't even really have time to do Borderlands at all, and yet I keep wanting to try and squeeze it in.
Victory or death.
So I'm hopefully going to be able to squeeze Borderlands actually in, and then maybe come back in the summer games drought and play through them a second time, and then hopefully that would get some views, maybe. I don't know. There's actual reasons to play it twice through, particularly Borderlands 2, because Borderlands 2 might very easily copy those characters that you have over if Borderlands 3 ever comes out, or Border Worlds, whatever it's going to be called. And so yeah, on Deus Ex though, I think I will probably
Makes perfect.
give
Battle commencing.
play it all the way through, show all of the multiple endings that I'm aware of, if I can. I hope I can. I need to go back and check that. I don't think I'm so close to the ending that I can't, but I might have already messed that up. And then I'm gonna play like the first level a second time through, just to show and to explain in my own mind what it would be like
Battle commencing.
to play the game once I have most of the systems unlocked. That's the real problem, is the New Game Plus has all these things that probably should have had to begin with at the beginning. Some of which you definitely feels like you should have had. Alright.
Battle
So if I do this, then this, and then we can do this, and then we'll hit the face. That should work pretty well. Interesting move. I guess he had to do that. And then after we do the one thing, that's gonna really almost certainly show that even with half of this elements unlocked, which, because I don't think I'm gonna have everything unlocked by the time it's the series is over. So I imagine it's gonna show that even with half the things unlocked, you still really can't get the achievements for not killing anybody and not setting off any alarms. And I feel that's been pretty much proven by the fact that on Steam only 2% of players have actually done that. Now, this is on the director's cut, so maybe there is some thought that perhaps if it wasn't the director's cut and the original cut, the achievements would be different. That's almost certainly true. The director's cut is just slightly better graphics so far, as nothing new in the game has shown up. And inherently there was ambition that was had to be scaled back, certainly. Everything after Detroit, you start seeing this slide of, well, Detroit is a pretty big city, and then you have Lower China that is a decent plot, and they got halfway there, but after Lower, so I guess it'd be more accurate to say everything after Lower China starts to slide down. But there really isn't a lot to do even in Lower China, and there's 2 sewer systems I came across that have nothing in them. They go in a loop and then they come right back up. Literally nothing in them. Let's see. If I just got this guy out, whenever this minion takes damage, deal 2 damage to the enemy hero.
Put this apple on your head.
That might work.
Fine, I'll heal.
They stop making cities after Lower China, and they just start making missions. Upper China is basically a small office building, then you go to another office building that's a little bit bigger, but not by enough that would be interesting.
I enjoy raiding.
So I think I can do this. You would think this and this works well together, but it really doesn't. Doom Guard. Okay, how do we want to do this? 3. He's got 9 damage right now. If I can hit him one more time, that would leave him down to 4. So if this guy takes 2 damage because he summons 2 people.
Fine, I'll heal.
Hit him. Yes. Hit him, summon something else. Oh, with 2 of these guys now, I guess that does heal him twice. That is an interesting thought. Hopefully you summon something else, but no. That sucks.
Almost out of time.
I need something that would, let's see, this. Well, that's a 4/4, I guess. started off as a 3-2. Maybe he'll get really dumb and life tap. Otherwise I've lost. Again, that sucks. Haven't really thought about what's coming after Deus Ex. That will be kind of effectively the second main AAA title game. I will definitely I'm thinking all AAA title games are going to be hour-long episodes going forward, because they're all long enough that that makes more sense. It feels very cheap to go for 30 minutes. Now, that may very well change, because by the time I will probably have finished whatever comes after Deus Ex, I'll probably have that completely done by the time I get any kind of feedback on the 30-minute episodes. So if people say, we love the 30-minute episodes, it may very well come back like the game after Deus Ex.
You asked for it.
But it definitely feels cheap to me. It feels like there's not enough time to really do anything, not even finish one mission. I am gonna try and experiment on Borderlands and do each mission separately, but then push out several episodes. In fact, my thinking is we may just have Borderlands weekends as an advertisement. It's like all weekend there will be
Job's done.
X number of Borderlands things, like 5 episodes perhaps, on Saturdays. And so it probably would be better to do just Saturdays. That way if people are busy on Saturday, they can watch it on Sunday. And if they're busy all weekend, then they've only got 5 days to watch 5 episodes. So at least that's what I would be thinking, in that direction.
Battle commencing.
Kill this one. Kill this one. End the turn. But before I start the next game after Deus Ex, I'm gonna take a little bit of a break that won't really reflect in any actual release changes, but I am gonna spend some time scheduling and doing the paperwork that I so hate. So this one, I guess, is what I want to do. And then waste my attack on that. End the turn. So we'll summon this, or give him 1 health.
Greetings from beyond.
Why not give him 1 health? There we go. It's very blatant, but my subconscious definitely doesn't want me to do that paperwork.
Your magic
It's
shall not
obvious I try to put it off. In fact, I even try to put off recording games in a lot of ways when they don't have me fully enthralled. I might very well be getting to that point where it's starting to become more and more a job and less fun,
Try this.
which is where it's always gonna go. Let's see, we'll kill this guy, and then hit this one in the face.
We must
One
cleanse the
thing
sunwell.
that's come up that's very interesting is the game, The Vanishing of Ethan Carter, has just kind of snuck out this upgrade from Unreal Engine 3 to Unreal Engine 4. And so they've given it for free to everybody who owned the game, before, which
Battle detected.
luckily I already own the game. So now I am in this situation where I have 2 copies of about the same game. I haven't played either one, and they were on the schedule though. So I can play the Redux and then talk from complete ignorance and just have to say, well, I'm doing the Redux here and I never played the original. Which, in a way, is what the director's cut of Deus Ex Human Revolution is, but it seems to be just that the graphics were better. And had I the opportunity, I probably would have played Deus Ex originally and then come back and done the director's cut, because there probably was at least a year between those two, and I don't think there really has been much more than a year, if even a year, for The Vanishing of Ethan Carter. So it seems like the smarter move would be for me to play the original, then immediately play the sequel and see what the difference was, which would definitely be an interesting way to go about it. If only I had something I could do here. That sucks. So my warrior deck's not very good, we can tell. So I think Vanishing of Ethan Carter will be short enough that we'll do that. However, doing it isn't going to get it in time for the Redux release.
Leaving time. The seas belong to us. Job's done.
Well, there's an 11-9. But I think he might be able to beat me. Let's see, 9-12 right there. So I've lost. Unless he just totally misses that. Super Mage. If you're gonna name yourself something like Super Mage, then you're only gonna be playing Mage. And boy, is that not what I would want to do on Hearthstone. That'd be even more irritating. Is he just screwing with me? I think he is. Yeah, because he can still power these guys up. He's just showing off now. Well, that was ridiculous.
I enjoy raiding. Job's done.
Well, if he doesn't take me out now, I'm just gonna concede for the interest of saving time. He had enough to take me out last turn, and he didn't. Well, he's not gonna beat me, so I'm just gonna concede. Wasting my time. I don't have time for it in recordings anymore. We are 20 minions destroyed out of 40. We just haven't gotten any victories. Inherently, now that we are a couple of months, maybe 2, 3, 4 months. Actually, it's probably been 4 months, because I got The Witcher right around The Witcher 3 right around the Steam Summer Sale, and that thing is scheduled to run, or has run, for 4 months. So about 4 months into the Steam Summer Sale, we're starting to see some of the games get older and lose their relevance a little bit more. I mean, every day they lose their relevance. And YouTube time, it's ridiculous. It's too late for most of the games because I needed to have all those videos out like a week before the game actually was released. But I'm starting to see that. Fortunately, as far as talk of new game releases, there's not tons of it that really matters. There's Fallout 4 is not out yet, but maybe that will be big. Do I want to waste those? No, I don't. I've got both of these.
Practice makes perfect.
So I can give a minion taunt. Can I give an enemy minion taunt?
What does the future hold?
I don't think I can, but that would be an interesting thought I should try next time. Give this. We gotta do this one.
On guard.
Do 5. And then end the turn, and he'll just use his Fire Blast to kill him almost certainly. So, I guess what I'm saying about 4 months into the Steam Summer Sale, I'm not out of games. There's still a lot of games that have to be done. I think the Telltale collection, as it moves forward, will
Ready to flee.
will totally. Let's see. Do I want to do that? No, I'll just leave it as it is. If he attacks once, he'll die, so he may attack the face. Well, that kind of sucks. He killed that guy. We'll just put another one of those right there and end the turn. Yeah, the Telltale games are still good. There's plenty of other third-party games that little indie games, because I haven't really covered a lot of those. And
we
then
must cleanse the Sunwell.
There's still quite a lot of AAA things. We have all those Tomb Raider games, since I have them all. So I got the big one recorded. I don't know if it's been released yet, but it's recorded. Alright, so we do this, and then we do this. That puts this at 3. So this guy can either die or this guy can die.
Stop moving.
But that was 10 damage to the face. Definitely, I think, worth it. So he probably is going to use both of these to kill both of them and clear the board. I kind of just wish I had enough donations coming in, or any donations coming in. Let's face it, any. But if there was the $60 value for game every month, if we get up to that point, then I think that would be enough to save, because there certainly would be summer drought months where there's no reason to spend anything on new games, assuming I have any kind of backlog at all. Now, if I didn't have any kind of backlog at all, then I change things. Alright. I'm just gonna wait and not attack. If this guy gets enraged and he gives me +2, then that would be 6, 12. So I would say I probably need, as far as an annual budget, my goal would be somewhere over $250 every summer. So I have a Steam Summer Sale account just ready to buy older games and great bundles and catch up. And I still want to do that until there's just no games whatsoever worth getting, which is a long way off. And then I would, and that's a lot, absolutely. But then on top of that, I would also want a average of at least $60 each month that would cover, let's see.
They all bend to my command.
Well, I think I've lost. Again. Even if I attack this guy, it won't help me. $60 a month would be enough to save up for the big ticket things. There's only 3, maybe 4 big ticket AAA games that come out a year. And then all the extra over that savings would be used on little independent AAA games as they come out, so I could cover the independent AAA games. We're gonna do one more game as soon as they come out instead of waiting for a summer sale or some kind of sale. I don't want to fall in the trap of like weekly sales of Steam. I want to skip right over that. It wants to either be the situation I wait until the summer sale when there's the best discount of the year, or be at the position where it's just like, for my business, I just need to get this game out as fast as possible, so I'm paying the price that it costs right when it is first available, which is probably going to be the highest price ever. Now that's kind of my budgeting thought, just to make this system keep on going. It isn't a realistic budget to live off of or anything like that, and that's ideally what I want it to be, where I'm making at minimum $25,000 a year of income. And that's certainly a gigantic leap, and some of that can be done through advertising. In fact, a lot of it can be done through advertising if more people subscribe and more people watch, but that's not the way it is now.
Battle detected.
Let's see.
Battle commencing.
We might get a victory here. And what do we do if I was making, say, some ridiculous amount of income, say $1 million a year? Well, at $1 million a year, or even a more money than I can spend type thing, and I'm a pretty frugal person, so it's not super difficult to get to that point where more money than I can spend. I lose a lot of arguments and excuses for doing such bad work that I do now. I mean, there's definitely stuff I do that could be improved upon. If you look at even my intro, spending one day on that, I think did my new intro, all the difference intro. Spending one day on that 1 minute clip significantly increased its quality over a lot of my footage doing the audio editing. So it would just be the basic things. I would get better equipment. I would potentially hire an artist, potentially hire an editor, hire an intern. I don't see any reason why we would ever particularly not just all work out of our own houses. It doesn't seem like that. Oops, I should have summoned that first.
Stop moving!
Battle commencing.
So yeah, I just have all those people work out of their houses. I would eventually probably get better internet. Maybe consider streaming. If I was gonna stream, maybe have somebody run the show while I was playing. I mean, with better internet, streaming is an option, although there's definitely some problems with streaming right now that better internet and more money does not solve. And that's on YouTube's side in their content ID. Maybe do some advertising. Yeah, you can definitely pay YouTube to advertise your channel with income. There might be a logical reason to do that, particularly after I've hired people and we've done stuff to improve things. And maybe even seek out partnerships or co-workers, some other personality who might cover more games, because eventually it would hit to this point where I'm covering as many games as I can. Right now I'm probably covering more games than I can, and so it might be a way to spread out that way. Anyways, that's going to be it for this recording and that conversation, which I could certainly need to think a lot more through before I could do any of that. Plus, I would have to have that ridiculous amount of income come in. It kind of makes you wonder, are there a bunch of people who are working for PewDiePie? Because he seems to be doing it all himself between him and his girlfriend or wife, and he makes allegedly made $7 million. So what's he doing with all that money? Why isn't he hiring people and having editors and stuff like that? Maybe it's foolish. Maybe he's doing it right. That is something to think about it also. Anyways, I'm just rambling. That's it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. All that helps out. If you want to support me, you can click on my name, Rydo. On the right will be a blue button that says support this channel. Click it and make a donation. If you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.